Morning traders, Paul here with GammaEdge. Today is Tuesday, the 9th of August. Let's get started. Please pause your reader, read to the end, and if you agree, hit the play button. Market model remains in an uptrend. We're seeing increased participation on the 52-week new highs, so we've got breadth developing. Contrasting that, we had a good takeoff yesterday in the filtered cumulative tick, and what that is the large players are buying, and you can see that clearly here in the beginning, but then throughout the day they sold that rally, and we finished just slightly down from where we started on the day. That being said, the unfiltered cumulative tick did end positive, and that's a good thing. As far as the overall market model in general, we're in a long-term uptrend. That's because we have a positive slope on the slowest moving average, or the fastest moving average, the red one, as well as the slowest moving average, the cyan one. We're also well above this, and that is our intermediate timer. A little bit of weakness here as we come back in. We didn't really advance after that morning takeoff, and you can see as that consolidation puts us right here. But overall, long-term and intermediate term, we're bullish. SPX condition, kind of a mixed picture here. We had some short-term negative gamma going in on the combo. This is the SPX combo, which is comprised of the AM and the PM. We also had some short-term calls going in, and that's what you see here. The AM settled, which is the institutional money, or largely the institutional money, is relatively unchanged day over day. The short-term PM settled, which is your 0 DTEs and just really the trimming around these core positions, is about the same as we saw over here. In fact, the SPXP, which is our own construct of the PM settled, does comprise much of the action that you saw over here in the SPX combo. So across the board, relatively unchanged, still quite bullish. Taking a look at the zero history, did post this in Twitter also. The blue line are prices. They are the same for the SPX across here, and then we have SPY, Qs, and IWM on the bottom. The numbers indicate really the confirmation that we saw with the July expiry, and you can see that we did get the true delta zeros starting to turn up at that time, and that's fairly significant. Now, although the zeros are a lagging indicator, they show the complex behavior, right? The option complex. And the option complex is a major portion of what the overall market will do. And so if the option complex starts anticipating a move upward, we'll start seeing that, and certainly the trends are intact here. The levels for, this should say 8-9, the levels for today are indicated here. I think the key thing to take away is that we are in a clear uptrend, and things are looking very, very positive. Taking a look here at the 0 DTE, very clear transition here. You can see we do have a net negative expiry today on the 0 DTE. We want to pay attention to this 4160, 4165 level that you see here. Below this 4120 level, moneyness really starts changing, but you can see all the way down here to 4065, the deltas are positive. So even though we do think there will be some contribution if we do pull back from the 0 DTE, we do think there is a potential to see some monetization across the board, and make sure you understand what the dealer response would be in that monetization. Nevertheless, watch this 4160, 4165 transition, and then of course 4200 is important for a lot of reasons, but right now you can see that that is the dominant 0 DTE positive gamma level. Taking a look at the combo, which is the AM and the PM settled, you can see that 4150 line still remains quite dominant overhead. We have positive gamma, we have positive deltas all the way up. 4200 is the next major level to the upside. On the downside, we are looking and watching this 4000 strike in the 4005, which is where the JPM short calls are sitting. The thing to take away here is the transition area is pretty loose and not very strong all the way on down to 4005. So if we start falling below that 4100, which is a Livermore level, you can see that it could be quite noisy, but I do think we'll see support. The gammas are, even though they're negative, the deltas are positive, and that usually is constructive to a slow drop, not a rapid collapse of the markets. Taking a look at the SPX structure, we are seeing 4,300 start to emerge. We saw a net reduction in the 4,200. You can see right here that we are at the top of transition. We lost that 4,100 level from yesterday, which is fairly significant. That means transition has moved up, the complex has moved up, that 4,100 level has been absorbed. And the thing that to watch here is, can we take this 4,150 line? If we can take the 4,150 line, that does open the door for that 4,200. If we can't take 4,150, you can see that downside, the 4,000 and 4,005 strike level is the first dominant level to the south. And then below that, we have minus GEX sitting at 3,900. So the summary for today, the short-term uptrend is mixed, but it is still up. The long-term trend is intact and pushing upward. Keep that in mind. Watch for re-entry points on the long side. Of course, this is paper trade only. None of this is recommendations. The 4,100 line from yesterday has vaporized, as I just said, and now that places us at the top of transition. This is relatively weak in general, and we want to watch that. Upside target's 4,200. As I said, the 43 is developing, so we want to pay attention to that. And downside is the 3,900 level. I do not think we're going to see that. We're pretty far above that, and the chances of dropping down there, according to back testing that we've done with EdgeRater, is less than 1%. So that's it for today. Follow us at Twitter, GammaEdges with an S. If you like today's content, go ahead and go to GammaEdge.us, click on the pricing tab there and contact, and fill out the form. That'll get you into the Discord, 14-day free trial, all the tools turned on. Ask your questions, learn what we're doing there. Lots and lots of visualization tools. It's very useful for folks. And then finally here on YouTube, if you like today's content, hit that like button, and of course follow us so you get notified the next time we post something. So with that, I will bid you farewell. Hope to see you in the Discord, and make it a great week. Thanks everyone.